Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, the site for tonight's season opener for the Roseburg boys basketball team. Tonight, the Indians will welcome in the Sprague Olympians to get things started. Roseburg coming off of a season that finished in the first round of the 6A state playoffs a year ago, one of their better seasons under fifth-year head coach Jordan Humphreys. And they're looking to improve on that with a number of returning players, including first-team all-conference selection Micah Mendoza, who will have a chance to become one of the leading scorers in score history here in this season. A lot in store for this Roseburg team with a good group of seniors and a couple of juniors that have made some big impacts already in their early careers. We're looking forward to this one. JV game just wrapping up, and we are about to get things underway for tonight's contest. I'm Joey Kieran. It's great to be with you here on this Friday night here in the Umpqua Basin at Roseburg High School. Tonight's broadcast is streaming live online at 541radio.com, where you can watch the action streaming for free on our video stream there. You can also find it on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. You'll find us there. The live video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Coming up here in the pregame show, we're going to get a chance to go in depth on this year's team for the Roseburg Indians with head coach Jordan Humphreys. So stay tuned for that. We'll have that for you when we come back. Quick 2-minute timeout and continue on with the pregame show as we count down to tip-off on this Friday night in the Umpqua Basin on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back here with more of our pregame show here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Getting ready for the season opener for the Roseburg boys basketball team as they welcome in the Sprague Olympians here tonight. And joining us is Coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, we get ready for another season here, and every year brings maybe some new faces, but you do have a few guys back that got a chance to spend a decent amount of time out there on the floor for you last year. How are you after a couple weeks of practice? I know it's never enough, but how are you feeling about things getting ready for the season to tip off?
The guys always think they're ready. They're ready from after day one of practice, and the coaches never think they're ready, so that's kind of that battle of, hey, they're ready to go, and we got about 20 more things that I want to put in, but we've had a good 2 weeks of practice, and guys have been battling pretty hard. They're ready to go beat up on somebody else instead of ourselves, and I'm looking forward to see how we do battle against them. So it should be a good one tonight.
I'm looking at it here. You got 5 guys that got an opportunity to get in the game last year in the season opener against Sprague that are back on the team this year, and it's nice having a decent Good sounding horn. Good. Yeah. The horns work, and we know that. It's nice to have kind of a core group that kind of knows what to expect at the varsity level. You don't have to break them in too much. That group of guys that you've got coming back, what kind of things have you seen out of them so far this year, and what kind of things are you expecting for them to do for you?
Obviously, the things we asked for this year was stepping up into some leadership roles. I mean, we lost a lot of seniors that were leaders last year, and these guys were kind of just learning from them and following along. And this year, they've been working to step into those leadership roles as far as being vocal, as far as leading by example, as far as the expectations we have in our program, and sending that message to the younger guys, as well as keeping themselves and everybody else around them accountable. And that's kind of been the role these last few weeks, is stepping up and taking over where those guys left off, and they've done a pretty good job of it. Obviously, as you develop new leaders and fit people into new roles, and there's some hiccups and challenges, but that's part of the process that's fun about helping these young guys grow and learn about not just basketball and how you behave on the court and off the court, but how you also teach that example to other kids in your program.
I stopped by for the girls' game on Wednesday and caught a little bit at the end of your guys' practice, and still not getting anybody that's 6'5" and above for Roseburg, unfortunately. But it looked like maybe some thicker bodies out there, a little bit more muscle maybe on some of these guys this year. How do you feel like the team, kind of physical-wise, kind of compares to what you've had the last couple of years and what you might be able to be going up against here this year?
It's the same story. We're not big.
Yeah.
We're small. But I think, just like the last few years, that I've been pretty proud of our guys is that we play hard all the time. That's one of the biggest compliments I feel like I get from people, is that we always play hard. And as long as we can hang our hat on that, it doesn't matter the size that we got. I think we can compete with just about anybody, and step out on the floor and kind of wreck some havoc.
Mm-hmm. We know that kind of dictated a little bit of the offensive game plan last year, that you guys wanted to get teams out and run. Are you guys kind of looking to kind of go with the same type of a philosophy as what you guys put out there last year?
Yes, we definitely want to get up and down and run. I think some of the new rule changes kind of are in our favor as far as attacking the basket and getting up and down. And if you pay attention to much basketball, a lot of the time when offensive has advantages in transition. Mm-hmm. And so we want to take advantage of that. We got some guys that are obviously pretty explosive and athletic and can get to the rim, and we want to take advantage of that for easy buckets, as well as getting to the free throw line. Those are some key things with some rule changes this year that I think can be helpful for us.
You mentioned some rule changes. Obviously, shot clock is the one that's going to get most people's attention going into the gym here this year. What do you think of kind of some of the changes that are coming to basketball in the state of Oregon this year?
Shot clock's not going to be as much of an issue, I don't think, for us or the girls, really. I think they only maybe had 2 or 3 shot clock violations on Wednesday. And kind of for us, we set up last year by playing like we wanted to this year. So it's obviously going to change some end-of-the-game situations, end-of-quarter situations, that type of stuff, which are going to change things in close games down the stretch. We've seen a few around 6A already where your team can't just pull the ball out and pass it around. Mm-hmm. And, it's good for the fans and excitement instead of just watching some team try to pull it out and then have to make free throws. And so that's good or bad or otherwise, everybody has their own opinion, and I think you can argue both sides of it. It's probably going to make more of a difference at some lower levels. Mm-hmm. The few that I think a lot of people don't know about are the free throw changes. Mm-hmm. As far as at 5 at the quarter, then it's 2 shots. There's no more 1-and-1. That's one we're going to try to take advantage of by being aggressive. And then always they add in different things they're focusing on as far as what they're going to expect defenses to do. Every year they tell coaches, you got to stay in your coach's box, and we're going to emphasize it, but they never do. So I'm always going to try to push my limit on that, Can never make it easy on the officials. So yeah, the free throw one's probably kind of a big one too.
Mm-hmm. This year you guys have made it to the postseason back-to-back seasons. It's an accomplishment for this team, but I know that they would like to probably have higher goals than just getting to the postseason. As you guys kind of set up preseason goals and expectations, what are some of the things that you guys are writing down and trying to focus on?
It's the same. We talked about it last year, and we talked about it at the end of last year with our guys, as far as getting a home playoff game. For the community, for our fans, for last year our fan support was amazing, and it kind of hurt not to be able to give them a home playoff game, and I know it hurt our guys, and that's definitely something we want to give to our community for how much they come and support us. And even just for our guys, we had Micah Otis come in a couple weeks ago and talk to us about the home playoff game they had here against North Salem in, what was that, 2013 maybe? I don't know. But he came in and talked about that experience where both the upper sets of bleachers were open and the guys' eyes got wide and big, and they had tons of questions for him about that home playoff game. And you can go look at YouTube highlights, and it was packed. And so I think that'd be a pretty awesome experience for everybody involved. So that's definitely a goal. But just like last year, that's our goal, and we can still accomplish stuff without reaching that final goal. Going along the way, there's obviously lots of little pieces that help reach that goal. So.
Well, we look forward to it tonight. Roseburg taking on Sprague to open up the season. Coach Jordan Humphreys joining us. Coach, really appreciate it, and best of luck to you guys this season.
Thank you very much. I got a couple other things in the work for our youth programs. We got Roseburg Basketball Club that started up this year, which is a boys and girls program for our youth, trying to get some travel teams going up to Salem or down to Medford. This Sunday, we actually have 7th and 8th grade boys tryouts. And then we've already had 4th, 5th, and 6th boys, and then 4th through 8th grade girls travel programs going. So check that out at roseburgbasketballclub.org and support that as well.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much. That is head coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the pregame show as we get ready for Roseburg basketball tipping off here at home against the Sprague Olympians. We are counting down to the tip-off of tonight's matchup. Taking a quick look at where we're at here with this season. Obviously, it's the season opener for the Roseburg boys here tonight. But we also have the Sprague Olympians on the other side coming in with a record of 0-1 on the season. They lost against the Century Jaguars in their season opener back on Wednesday. They got things started early with their matchup. And so they are coming in looking to try and improve on that. Lost 58-55, a tight one there. They bring back some quality opponents on their team as they will look to rely on second-team All-Leaguer Grayson Long, a 6'2" senior. They also have Jared Stanley, who was an honorable mention All-League selection a year ago. And Braxton Long, another honorable mention All-League selection a year ago for the Olympians. So they bring back some talented guys. Did graduate the co-player of the year in the Central Valley Conference, Liam Spencer from last year. So they did lose some significant pieces, but they will look to try and find a way to put together a roster that can compete in the Central Valley Conference this year, and a roster that will compete tonight against the Roseburg Indians. We're learning a little bit more about our teams here this evening, figuring out what the season has in store for us here tonight. And that's always an exciting time to be. We are keeping tabs on the Pac-12 championship game going on here tonight. So if you are not looking to stay up to date on that, I'll try to give you updates as Oregon and Washington square off in Las Vegas. Taking a look at it right now. So if you don't want to hear, turn down your radio, mute your video stream, whatever it may be. But right now for the Oregon Ducks, they got their work cut out for them, and it almost looked like just moments ago they might score. But they are trailing 20-3 right now with just a few moments to go in the first half of this contest against the Huskies. The winner has a very good chance. If it's Washington, the winner has a very good chance of getting into the college football playoff. For Oregon, they are looking to try and get into the college football playoff with a win tonight. They would definitely give themselves that opportunity. All right. Looks like they are headed into halftime in that game. Again, here I'll just give you another quick update on that. And so if you don't want to know the score, then tune out right now. It is 20-9. Oregon just scored with 9 seconds to go in the first half. Really nice catch by the tight end there for the Ducks. All right, that is your quick update there, and we'll try to have some of those throughout the broadcast here tonight. We'll be keeping tabs on it. I know that the sports world is following this one tonight here as well. We are a few minutes still away here from the start of our ball game. Roseburg and Sprague squaring off. Taking a look at the Roseburg roster, they return first-team all-conference selection Micah Mendoza. Mendoza is a senior this year, probably one of the most athletic players on the team for Roseburg this season. Mendoza comes in as a bit of a prolific scorer. He needs 17 points to become to make his way into the top 10 all-time in scoring history in Roseburg High School basketball history. So 17 points this season, and he'll work his way into the top 10. He needs 450 points this year to pass Joe Newton for second all-time in scoring in Roseburg history. And then if he can finish this season with more than 767 points, he will become the number one all-time leading scorer in school history. So definitely a big senior season coming up tonight as we get things started for Micah Mendoza. And hopefully he'll be able to put together a pretty fun season and special season for us as he looks to try and finish strong. He's not the only one that Roseburg will be looking to, though. They also have a number of returning guys that will likely make a difference this season. Asher Friedenberg, another senior, last year averaged 4 points a game, but likely will step into a larger role on the season for Roseburg. A bit of a role player last year, but did a lot of everything for the Tribe. We'll look to Asher to be a contributing factor in the matchup here tonight and this season. For Roseburg, you also have a couple of juniors that are likely to make an impact here this evening. Owen Bentia is another one that spent some time out on the floor last year. Got a decent amount of run, finished with an average of 7.9 points per game, shooting 49% from the floor. Look for him to make a big impact this year. Julian Lopez is a senior. So is Vincent Ash. They were guys that were kind of swing players last year, played in limited games, but they did get a taste of the varsity game and will look to make an impact on things coming up here this season. So that is a look at Roseburg's roster. They returned the three players that did play 24 games. That's Mendoza, Bentia, and Friedenberg. Two players that swung, that was Ash and Lopez. Last year, this was the matchup for the season opener, Roseburg and Sprague. Roseburg won that one 73-61 back on December 2nd in the season opener. Roseburg trailed at the entire first half, but made a run late in the third quarter to pull ahead, and finally they would get the score in their favor in the fourth quarter. The final score, the largest margin in that matchup. Roseburg in that game made 11 three-pointers, so they came out shooting well from behind the arc, but they were also 26 of 51 at the free throw line. Not necessarily a great percentage, but they got a lot of trips to the free throw line. We'll see what they do here tonight. Owen Bentia and Micah Mendoza were 2 of 4 players in that game to reach double figures for Roseburg. So a win last year to start out the season against Sprague for Roseburg. They're looking to do that again here this year. Got a few minutes to go before the start of tonight's contest, so we're going to go ahead. Let's see here. I think trying to figure out the schedule for us, what we should do here. Why don't we keep it right here for right now? We had head coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the pregame show. Appreciate that. Jordan Humphreys, in his 5th season leading this Roseburg basketball team, has led them to the playoffs back-to-back seasons. Last year, Roseburg finishing 16-9 on the season, 6-6 in conference play. They were number 16 in the final rankings from the OSAA, and that put them on the road in the first round. You heard him talk about wanting to try and get a home playoff matchup in the first round for the Indians, and unfortunately, they fell just outside the top 16. Top 16 get a home playoff game, so they were just on that bubble, and they will look to try and see if they can pull that off this year. Last year finishing second behind South Medford. They were in a 3-way tie for second place, but Roseburg was the highest ranked team in second place at number 17. Sheldon and Grants Pass were tied with them. Sheldon finished at number 26, and Grants Pass was number 19. Roseburg last year, number 2 in scoring in the Southwest Conference. They finished as number 6 in the conference in scoring defense. It was the most wins in a season under head coach Jordan Humphreys, most wins that Roseburg had since the 2013 season. They made the playoffs for back-to-back seasons. First time that they had done that since the 2011-2012 season and the 2012-2013 season. So a lot of big things that happened last year. Roseburg looking to build off of all of that coming up this season as they get ready to kick things off against the Sprague Olympians. Well, we got just a few more minutes to go here. It's almost time for the national anthem, and we'll get ready for that as we get a moment here. Remind you that tonight's game streaming online at 541radio.com, where you can watch the action there for free thanks to the Cow Creek Tribe. You can also find us on the radio, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. You can find us there as well. And tonight's basketball game and this season's basketball game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. All right, just about ready for the national anthem, so we'll get ready for our final break here in the pregame show. When we come back, it'll be time to find out tonight's starting lineups for Roseburg and Sprague. It's a season tip-off coming up tonight for us, and we'll have more as we make our way to the beginning of the game here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Season opener just about to get underway here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Joey Kieran here with you. Roseburg basketball just about to get this one underway. And we will get introduced to tonight's starting lineups for both of our teams. Starting out, it will be the Sprague Olympians, led by head coach Jordan Granetto. We will get the announcement coming here.
Number 3.
It's going to start off with Grayson Long. We're expecting some of the well-known names here. Tyler Buchheit will be the other starter. Then it's going to be a junior, Avery Lorman, 6'2" junior guard. Jared Stanley starting tonight. Honorable mention All-League junior, a 6'3" guard. And Braxton Long, the junior 6'2" guard, honorable mention All-League selection, also getting the start here tonight for the Sprague Olympians. Now it's for Roseburg, head coach Jordan Humphreys, coming off of a season where they averaged almost 70 points a game, but did give up 63 We'll see how things go here tonight. Micah Mendoza gets a big round of applause, the senior guard, a first-team all-conference selection starting tonight. Julian Lopez, another senior in the starting lineup for Coach Humphreys. Played in 8 games a year ago. Asher Friedenberg, a senior, starting as well. This is going about as expected. Owen Bentia, the junior, returning player who saw a lot of minutes a year ago. Averaged 7.9 points per game. And then Caden Luther, a junior, will get his first start at the varsity level, getting his first season at the top level here to this year. Luther, a football player as well. We'll see what he looks like on the basketball court. Obviously caught him some during the JV season a year ago. And so we'll get a chance to see what he does for us here tonight. All right, opening tip coming up here. It'll be Mendoza in the middle. The tip against Stanley. Roseburg will be going left to right. For Sprague, they'll be going right to left. Tip won by Roseburg. The Indians will have it. And it'll start with Asher Friedenberg wearing number 5 here tonight. Friedenberg, he was in the 30s last year for his jersey number, so he's got a new number this year. He draws an opening foul quickly, 8 seconds into the ball game, and Grayson Long picks up his first personal. Julian Lopez will inbound it as he triggers the offense from the near sideline just to the right of the scorer's table. Roseburg in the home white jerseys. Micah Mendoza gets it out at the top, and the senior will travel, drug his pivot foot before he got the basketball going, and Roseburg turns it over on their first possession of the evening. So it'll be Sprague Olympians basketball. Bringing it up through the center circle will be Braxton Long with a left-handed dribble. Works across the timeline. Pass to the top of the arc to Grayson Long. Grayson takes it on the left side. Will bank it in. And a quick 2 early for Sprague. Up the floor quickly, Roseburg. They want to move real quick with the offense. And they want to not move too quick. Almost threw it away there. Tipped out of bounds by Sprague. It'll stay with Roseburg. Mendoza will initiate things into the backcourt to Asher Friedenberg. Friedenberg dribbles to the right side, working here against Braxton Long. Back to his left hand, bounce it away. It's taken away, and it's Jared Stanley, and he steps on the sideline with 7:08 to go in the first quarter. Turnover by Sprague. Shot clock, the new thing here in high school hoops. 35-second shot clocks at the varsity level for both boys and girls. We'll see if that comes into a play at all here tonight. Lopez brings it across for Roseburg to the left side to Bentia, looking underneath. Then that pass off a leg, kicked away, but no whistle, taken away by Lorman. Sprague will have it out at the top. Stanley to the left side at the wing with it. That was Long. Grayson, he gets it back for a left side 3, and he nails it. Grayson Long has 5 to start this one off, and now a quick turnover by Roseburg, and they'll take it right back. Bentia will bring it up the floor. Racing in the middle, picks it up, gets it out to Lopez on the right side. Lopez draws it out to Friedenberg. 5-0 score here early going. Sprague with the basketball. Roseburg hasn't even gotten a shot up yet. Dump it over the top of the defense. Friedenberg got free, and Asher Friedenberg will have the 2-point basket and gets Roseburg on the board. Braxton Long, crossover across the timeline, pass left side into the corner for Buchheit. Tries to dump it over the defense underneath, gets it too Long. He finds the open man on the weak side, easy 2 off the glass for Braxton Long. 7-2. Back to a 5-point lead. Micah Mendoza trying to spin around, pass across the floor out to Lopez. His shot rims off. And then stepping across the sideline or the baseline was Jared Stanley. So Stanley will give it back to Roseburg. Indians will have it on their own baseline, trailing 7-2. New shot clock out to Bentia. Catch and shoot on the 3. Launches from straight away off the front of the iron. No. And stepping on the sideline is Friedenberg as he tried to track down the long rebound. It was just out of his Or he was able to get to it, but he ran out of room. So it'll be basketball to the Olympians, leading by 5. 5.5 to go here in the first quarter. Left side, attacking Braxton Long. His shot is short. Mendoza comes down with the rebound. Short-armed it. Now Mendoza has it poked away by Braxton Long. He gets the outlet and will lay it in. Braxton Long with 4 in the ballgame stretches it out to a 7-point lead. And a timeout taken by the Indians. They will use their first in the ballgame with 5:13 to go in the first quarter. Let's take a 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
9-2 ball game, 5:11 to go here in the first half and first quarter of our season. Owen Bentia will hand it off to Micah Mendoza on the left side. Mendoza tries to attack, goes with the Euro step around the defender, got bumped, fights through contact, got his own rebound in the middle's got to get out, and he will not. 3 seconds in the key. So Mendoza got close to the rim, had to fight through contact, but he was unable to finish. Got his own board, but had nowhere to go with it. I don't know why he didn't try to dribble out of pressure. Got stuck in the lane. Gets called for the 3-second violation. Braxton Long across the timeline to left side Stanley. Grayson Long gets it in the corner. Out to the top to Braxton. Pass back left side. Grayson with it. Defender fell down. He tries to attack. Vredenberg got back in front, but he gets muscled all the way to the rim. And Grayson Long finishes with another 2. It's 11-2. On the other side, Asher Vredenberg with a nifty spin shot off the glass. It rolls over the rim and in. Back to a 7-point lead, and the outlet pass by Sprague. Too long and out of bounds. Roseburg has the basketball back. Looking to cut into the 7-point deficit. Across the timeline, left side, Mendoza gets it back to Vredenberg. Head fake, drives to the baseline. The runner too strong. Stanley, weak side rebound. In transition. Sprague to the left side, wide open look at a 3 for Grayson Long. Short, Stanley underneath, had the ball tipped out of his hands. It'll stay with the Olympians. 4 minutes exactly on the board here in the first quarter. From the baseline, Braxton Long to inbound. 35 seconds on the shot clock. Neither team has gotten close to letting it wear down. Driving in, Stanley goes to the floor. Jump ball called. And it's going to be, I think, Sprague basketball. Yes, that is where the possession arrow will go. Coach Humphreys up off the bench, arguing that that should have been a travel call. Instead, it'll be a jump ball. The Olympians will get it back with a fresh 35 from underneath their own basket. They run the inbound play, lob into the middle for Grayson Long. Double teamed. He goes up and floats it up over the top of him. Grayson Long has been able to finish underneath. And he's now got 9 points in the ballgame as he stretches it to a 9-point game. Largest lead of the night for the Olympians here early going. Driving right side, Lopez gets underneath. Back out to Bentia for a 3. Short. Long rebound. Bentia's going to come up with it. He'll go back up for a second look, and he's got it. Offensive board for Owen Bentia, and he gets Roseburg back to within 7. 13-6. First quarter with 3:15 to play. Sub coming at the next dead ball for Roseburg. Braxton Long. He was able to put the brakes on, and Braxton Long gets a floater for 2. Back to a 9-point game. And a foul called on the far side. Grayson Long can't believe it. Shakes his head. Doesn't know why he got whistled for that one. And actually, it's going to be Braxton Long that gets whistled for it. Second foul against Sprague. You get 5 fouls per quarter. Once you hit 5, it's 2 free throws automatically. Subs came in for both sides. We'll try and identify them all. Ducati Witherspoon came in. They run the inbound play, tried to run a long bounce pass to Mendoza. It's knocked away. Up with it is Lorman. Out to the top. Off the mark for Witherspoon. A rebound underneath for Bentia. Brings the ball up the floor. To the right side. Tried to squeeze it through a lot of defense. It's not able to go. An underhand pass, right side off the mark, and it's another rebound for Bentia after the miss by Sprague. Underhand dish, player control foul on Bentia. He is going to get called for the charge. You've got Mendoza, Bentia, Friedenberg, Landon Funago, and also out on the floor is I believe that's Vincent Ash. He's wearing a different number than I was expecting. Out there on the floor for Roseburg. Braxton Long will bring it into the front court. Dribbles with the left hand, stops at the elbow. Looks for help, hands it off to Stanley, gives it back to Braxton Long, driving in, hook pass into the corner. Grayson Long is set up three, and he knocks it down. Gave him way too much space there. The second team All-League player has hit pretty well. 2 threes here in the first quarter as he's got 15 in the period. Micah Mendoza draws some traffic, gets a foul called against the Olympians. 12-point lead right now for Sprague. They have had all the momentum on their side offensively. Camden Ayers will check into the game for the Olympians. Roseburg basketball on the baseline. 3 fouls here in the first period for Sprague. Friedenberg bounces it out to Bentia. He'll set up for the left wing three. It's off again. Mendoza with another board offensively. He gets it to Bentia, far side. Ash to the top to Friedenberg. Handed off to Bentia. Owen working one-on-one. 19 seconds on the shot clock into the corner. Out to the top for Mendoza. He'll spot up for the deep three off the front of the iron. Underneath, Friedenberg there to fight for the offensive board. Gets the tie-up, and it'll stay with Roseburg on the possession. On the inbound from the baseline for Friedenberg. Got to get it in. 5-second count close, and it passes tipped away, and it's taken away by Sprague. Up the floor with it is Greg Comer, who's coming to the game. Left side, Stanley with it at the edge of the arc. Dribbles out to the top. Turnaround, attacks, and his shot just comes off of the hand a bit short. Picked up by Bentia on the defensive board. Up the floor, Friedenberg tries to squeeze his way through traffic, draws a 2-shot foul. And Asher Friedenberg is going to head to the free throw line. They might have called that on Ducati Witherspoon. Didn't catch the number as it was put up on the board. 18-6 right now the score with 1:04 to go in the first quarter, and Friedenberg trying to cut into it. The senior will hit the first of 2 free throws. Tonight's ball game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Second free throw coming here for Friedenberg. And he gets them both. So Asher, leading scorer right now with 6 points for Roseburg, makes it a 10-point ball game. Jared Stanley will bring it across the timeline, whips a pass to the far side, a deep three, just short, underneath, fight for the rebound. It went off the head of a player, Spencer Bingham into the game. It went off his head and went through the basket for 2. I thought it just hit the basket, but it went through. A runner on the left side for Micah Mendoza, his first points of the night, and it makes it a 10-point game again. I guess those 2 go to Greg Comer. He was the one that launched the ball. It was short on the deep three, then off the rebound, tipped back into the basket. On the left side, Witherspoon to the top. Comer fires out to the right side, deep three. That one too long. Underneath, Friedenberg with the rebound on the air ball. Tried to push it up the floor to Ash, and his pass knocked away by Comer. Sprague will bring it up. 5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Comer's shot is off. Friedenberg launches a deep three. Oh, the front of the iron, no good. And we are done with one. It is 20-10 your score at the end of the first quarter. Let's take a 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Second quarter action here from Roseburg High. It's 20-10, Sprague in front. Tonight's game brought to you by More Well Drilling, specializing in residential well drilling and available for commercial projects too. Call 541-580-5660 for a free estimate. It'll be Sprague basketball to start the second quarter. Leading by 10. They've led by as many as 12. Well, they're starting the second half in that college football game tonight, the Pac-12 title game. If you don't want to know the score, look away. Turn the volume down as they get things started in the third quarter. Third quarter there. It is 20-10 still. Washington in front. Ducks with the football after scoring at the end of the first half. Back to the basketball game. Spin move into the lane. Kick into the corner. A 3 for Sprague. Too long. Mendoza comes down with the rebound after the miss in the corner on a long 3 for the Olympians. Mendoza tries to attack. A screen in there. A screen by Bigham freed up Mendoza rolling to the rim, and Micah Mendoza gets another 2. He's got 4 in the ball game, and it's back to an 8-point ball game. 30 seconds away here in the second quarter. Skipping up the far sideline with the basketball was Braxton Long. They work it to the left side. Lorman to the top. Comer, no-look pass to Witherspoon in the corner. And Ducati Witherspoon will knock down his first points of the night. A corner 3, and it's a 9-point ball. Make that 11-point ball game. 7:08. Pass right side. Fanugao underneath to Bingham. And Bingham will draw a whistle. Tried to work around a defender who was right on top of him, and Spencer Bingham, a junior, will get Sprague to pick up their first foul here in the second quarter. Neither team reaching the bonus in the first. Witherspoon checks out of the game for Sprague. Inbound, Lopez gets it to Bentia at the right wing. Quick step, goes left side, makes the no-look pass, finding Landon Fanugao underneath for his first points of the night and of the season. 23-14, back to a 9-point game. 6:45 to play, second quarter. Things opened wide up underneath for Braxton Long. His shot got blocked, but it goes right to Greg Comer. And Comer with the second chance points for Sprague makes it 25-14. A double team in the corner. And stepping on the sideline in the near corner, Micah Mendoza was trapped, had nowhere to go with it. Needed some help and couldn't get rid of the basketball in time before he stepped on the sideline. Turnover in the corner. Sprague with the basketball. Leading this one by 11. Pass across the floor, working against a bit of a press by Roseburg, trying to trap in the half court. Open look at a 3 left side for Grayson Long. No, rebound tipped up, and it stays with the Olympians. Buchheit pulled it in. Out at the top with it, Comer. Left side, back to the top, Braxton Long, driving through the left side of the lane. Had his shot blocked by Lopez, out of bounds. Stays with the Olympians, 23 seconds on the shot clock. They'll run an inbound play from underneath their own hoop. Braxton Long lobs it out to the top for Comer. Comer between the leg dribbles, pulls up for the three. Off the iron, Lopez rips it down. His first rebound of the night, weaves his way through, trying to go coast to coast. Lost the handle, and looks like the call is going to be Roseburg basketball. Last touch by the Olympians. Tonight we're tracking the rebounds for Roseburg players here tonight, as we will name your in the paint rebound leader. Brought to you by Colorcraft, the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County. So when it's time to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store. They're not a paint department. Inbound pass tipped, but able to get to it is Owen Bentia, and he makes something happen on the loose ball. And Roseburg's back within 9, 25-16, 5:38 to go in the second quarter. Left side with the basketball is Lorman. Drives to the free throw line. Kicked out to Comer. Right side, Stanley with it, working against Vredenberg, who stays in front. He'll underhand toss it to the top. They work around the perimeter left side for Lorman. Looks underneath. Actually, that was Lorman underneath, and he got his shot blocked after the pass in from Bukai. Knocked out of bounds with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound from the left side of the baseline. Into the corner for Lorman. He brings it out. Comer will have it out at the top to the right side of the floor. Shot clock under 10. A three from the right side. Missed everything. Rebound came down to Bentia. Lobbed it up the floor. Fanugo will lay it in. Leaked out. Gets the assist from Bentia after the defensive board, I should say. And it's down to a 7-point game. Roseburg rallying back here. Pass left side. Comer lobs across the floor. Long pass out to Lorman. Finds the cutter. No-look pass to the baseline man, Bukai. He lost the handle. Saved back in by Lopez. Vredenberg with it. Spin move back to his left. Off the glass. The beautiful kiss off the window for Asher Vredenberg. And Roseburg's cut the deficit down to 5. It's 25-20 with 4:38 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Back here in the second quarter. It's a 5-point ball game. Roseburg cutting it down from a 12-point deficit. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. 4:38 to play here in the period out of a timeout taken by Sprague. The Olympians will have the basketball, leading by 5 against Roseburg in the season opener tonight for the Tribe. Right side with the basketball. Pass, found the cutter. Jared Stanley underneath. He took some contact. Didn't get the shot to fall, but will get a chance to head to the line for 2. They call the foul against Fanugau. So Roseburg will pick up their first foul here in the second period. At the free throw line will be Jared Stanley. His first free throw is short. Stanley last year had 13 points against Roseburg in that season opener. Second leading scorer in the game in that one. He's a returning honorable mention all-league selection. He's looking for his first points of the night. At the free throw line, his second attempt. No good. Rebound down to Bentia. Roseburg, a chance to cut it to a one-possession game. Bounce pass left side Driving in. Owen Bentia finishes from the left side with the right hand. And it's a 3-point ball game. And they whistle stopped things there. I didn't catch if it was a foul or it doesn't look like it. They didn't add any fouls to the scoreboard, so might have been a delay game warning or something like that against Roseburg. Roseburg putting the press on. Driving baseline. Stanley from right in front gets the bunny. And he'll stretch it back out to a 5-point game. Driving in is Ash. He puts up a shot. No good on the second attempt. Got his own rebound, but couldn't get either one to go. Up the floor. Now the ball loose. Taken away by Lopez. He'll push. It's 2-on-3. Roseburg without the numbers. Lopez scoop shot. No. Fight for it underneath. Vredenberg gets it. He'll step around the defender. His runner is no. Fight for it underneath. And it's going to go to Sprague. Wow, I'm surprised they called that off of Roseburg. Kind of surprised there wasn't a whistle there for a foul in there somewhere. So Vredenberg couldn't get his runner to go. Might have gotten away with a bit of a travel. Ball goes back to Sprague. They bring it up on the far side of the floor. Sprague now moving right to left on your radio dial here in the second quarter. Stanley long pass from over the head into the corner to Witherspoon, and Vincent Ash is called for a blocking foul. And Ash now wearing number 11 as we anticipated. So I got that all situated for him there. Unless there's a player that looks a lot like him, and I just kept calling him Vincent Ash. Pass, Witherspoon a three. No. Rebound down to Bentia. He has been big on the glass. That's number 7 on the night for Owen. At the free throw line, crossover left hand, stops in the lane. Jump shot, no. Got knocked down. His shot was a little short. Up the floor on the right side with it. Braxton Long looking for Grayson. He'll try a deep three. Got it. Nothing but nylon for Grayson Long, his third three of the first half, and it's back out to an 8-point lead. 2.5 to go here in the first half. Lopez with it. Bounce left side. Bentia gives it to Vredenberg. Vredenberg spins back to his left, attacks with the right hand. He can't get it to fall. Bringing the ball up the floor comes Braxton Long. Trying to add to this lead, get it back to double digits. A corner three by Witherspoon. No. Bentia, another rebound. Up the floor to Mendoza, and he missed the dunk and went hard into the padding, and now he is down on the floor. And Micah Mendoza wanted an emphatic jam. Looked like he didn't quite time his liftoff quite right. Went into the padding, and he is on the floor in some pain. There was a whistle at the end of it all, and I'm not sure if it was a foul call. If he got hit on his way up, that might have affected him going into that padding. Hopefully he is all right. I mean, that jam would have lit up this gymnasium. And now we're all just holding our breath, hoping that Micah Mendoza, the senior, is good. It's going to be a foul on Jared Stanley. So they do call that, but Micah Mendoza on the floor still. He's awarded a 2-shot foul. He gets up, pops up all right, seems to be okay. That is pleasant news for everybody involved. And he's going to head to the free throw line for the 2 foul shots. Or not. They're going to send Vredenberg to the line to shoot in Micah Mendoza's place. Jazz McLean is going to come in. He gets a round of applause from the student section, the senior. A crowd favorite. He's the one that's going to take the free throw shots. McLean, a senior, played JV last year. But, recognized as a guy that was a hustle, team effort kind of guy. The award ceremony at the end of the season, he was a guy that they put a lot of praise on just for the amount of work that he did throughout the season. Juniors on JV. I was one of those kind of guys in baseball when I was in high school. Those are the guys that they do some dirty work. McLean hit the first. He's short on the second. There was a penalty, and it's on Jazz McLean. So he gets 1 out of 2 at the line. It's a 7-point ball game here with 2:09 to go before the end of the first half. Jazz will come out, gets a round of applause, big smile on his face. Micah Mendoza back into the game for Roseburg. 30-23 is your score. With the basketball is Sprague. Grayson Long with it on the right side. No look all the way across the floor. And Caden Luther, who also checked in recently, tips that one out of bounds. Grayson Long trying to draw the defense to his side of the floor against the press. Then a no-look pass all the way across the floor. But long pass. Didn't have enough to get there. Inbound from the corner for Sprague. They'll run their inbound pass to Braxton Long on the left side. Marked by Lopez. He draws it out towards the center circle. Back and forth dribble. Goes left side. Attacks at the elbow. Gets in. Hangs in the air. His shot was short. Got his own rebound. Fight underneath. A lot of hands reaching in. And it's a foul on the floor against Roseburg. Minute 47 to play in the first half. Inbound from the baseline. Caden Luther will pick up the foul. Minute 47 to play here in this first half of the contest. Inbound, Braxton Long lobs it to the middle to Grayson. He sets himself up, goes up, and dances on the back of the iron before it falls through for Grayson Long, who's having a big first half. 32-23. Roseburg got it down to a 5-point game here in the second quarter, but have not been able to continue the momentum. Bounce pass to Mendoza, tried to go back to the left. Tried to get a spin move back to his left. He draws a foul. They call the blocking foul against Sprague. Not a shooting foul. Friedenberg will inbound from the baseline. Looking. Inbounds to Mendoza in the left corner. Draws it out as he gets a double team. Lobs across the floor. Friedenberg in the corner. A 3. High rainbow shot. And it rains through for Asher Friedenberg. He hits the first 3 of the night for the Roseburg boys. A minute 13 to play here in the first half. It's 32-26. In the corner, driving Lorman. He gets close to the basket, and he elevates to drop in 2. 34-26. Pass up the floor to Mendoza is tipped out of bounds. It'll be an inbound in front of their own bench here for the Olympians. For Roseburg. Friedenberg, he has his pass taken away by Grayson Long. One-on-one against Asher. And he almost lost the handle with it. Gets it back underneath. And he will get the bucket and a foul. It's going to go on Mendoza. And he knew it. He tried to let up if he could, but he was already in the act of committing that foul. So to the line for the three-point play is Grayson Long. 50.7 seconds to go here in the first half. At the line, Long. His and one shot hits the back of the iron. No, it's Friedenberg down with the rebound. For a guy that's been shooting the lights out, misses his opportunity at the free throw line for an and one. The traditional three-point play. From the left elbow, there goes Micah for the two-hand flush. The feed from Bentia at the free throw line. He found Mendoza cutting to the rim, and he lays it in, puts it down with authority. It's an 8-point ball game, though, 36-28. Roseburg, a much-needed bucket. Shot clock turned off with 19 seconds to play in the first half. Stanley has it left side, marked by Bentia. Bentia out there on him closely. Stanley draws it back out to the free throw line. He attacks with the left hand in the lane. Doesn't get a whistle. Bentia lob up the floor. Micah Mendoza again. There he goes. Micah Mendoza with the back scratcher to make it a 36-30 game at halftime. A strong finish to the first half for Roseburg to get back within 6. They trailed by as many as 12 in this first half. Got it down to 5, but they are down by 6 going into the halftime break. They outscore Sprague 20-16 in the second quarter to get the game back to a manageable deficit. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with the halftime show here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Back here at the halftime break from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, the Roseburg Indians trail against the Sprague Olympians 36-30. It was a double-digit lead for Sprague near the end of the first quarter. It was actually a 10-point game at the end of the first period, but it was up to as much as a 12-point game in that first 8 minutes. But Roseburg cut it down to a 5-point game early in the second quarter. Sprague stretched it back out a little bit, but Roseburg a quick run at the end of the first half, and they get it back down to a 6-point ball game. At the halftime break right now, 36-30 is our score. Let's go ahead and take another quick 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with more of the halftime show. We'll take a look at individual scoring from the first half of tonight's contest here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
At the break, Roseburg back in this one, making a bit of a game of it. 36-30 our score here. Joey Kieran with you. Don't forget to stay with us all the way through the postgame show when we will name your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games and come by to watch the live stream of games during the away games. Well, here at the break, a student just tried to go out and touch the rim, I think, and flopped on the ground, and the athletic trainer may be needed for him. Here at the break, leading scorer in the ballgame is Grayson Long. The senior has 19 points in the first half, scored 12 in the first quarter. He's got 3 threes in this one so far. Other than that, 6 points for Braxton Long, 4 points in the game for Greg Comer, and then you had 2 points for Avery Lorman, Jared Stanley, and those are your scores in the first half of this one for the Sprague Olympians. On the other side, for the Roseburg Indians, leading scorer in the first half with 11 points is Asher Vredenberg. He's got a 3-pointer, and it was 2 for 2 at the free throw line. 6 points in the first half for Micah Mendoza and for Owen Bentia. And then you've got 2 points for Landon Fanugau. And for Jazz McClain, he goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line, has 1 point in the ball game here tonight. Roseburg with 30 and Sprague with 36. We also are keeping track of the rebounds for your Colorcraft in the paint rebound leader. And in the first half, it was definitely Owen Bentia who leads the way. 8 rebounds in that first half for Roseburg. Let's go ahead and take our final 2-minute break here at the halftime show. When we come back, we'll get you geared up for the second half of tonight's ball game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Well, a spirited first half of basketball here from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, and our second half just about to get underway for us here. I'm Joey Kieran. Tonight's game and Roseburg basketball this season is brought to you by Flyaway Travel. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure you've got an agent in your corner during these complicated travel times. That's Flyaway Travel, 672-5701. Just a couple seconds to go before we get ready for the second half. Just to check in on that Pac-12 football championship game for those that might be interested. If you don't want to know the score, I did find out some of the coaches for Roseburg apparently are DVRing it and wanting to watch it later. I don't think I could ever do that anymore in this day and age, wait that long to find out about how a game I wanted to follow went. But it's a 3-point game in that, so if you don't want to know what the score is, I might have already given it away. But 3-point game, and the Oregon Ducks just got a takeaway. Got a stop on downs, that is. Turnover on downs for the Oregon Ducks defense. They're going to get the football back in their own territory, trailing by 3. I believe they're still in the third quarter of that one. That game, they're playing a lot of commercials during this Pac-12 championship game, and so it's definitely taking some time there. All right, here we go. Third quarter action for us here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Roseburg moving right to left on your radio dial. They'll start out with Bentia, Vredenberg, Luther, Mendoza, and Lopez on the floor. Caden Luther gets it right side. He's going to try to drive, muscles his way in, and Caden Luther, his first points of the season, lays it off the glass to make it a 4-point game, 36-32. Roseburg back within 4 here to start out the third. Braxton Long, pass it away to Grayson Long. He attacks left side against Mendoza, muscles his way in, double team, shot up, no. Down with it is Mendoza, his 5th rebound of the night. He'll attack left side. They mark him quickly with Jared Stanley. Pulls out, pass away left side. Lopez in the corner will dribble it out. Looks for Bentia at the left wing. Back out to Vredenberg. They move it around to the far side. Look for the underneath cutter. That's Bentia, and he catches, turns, and he banks it in. Bentia with 8 in the ballgame makes it a 2-point game. Roseburg out on a 4-0 run to start off the third quarter. Left side, Jared Stanley in the game. He'll attack with the right hand, pass it away to Lorman on the right side. Back to Stanley on the right wing, working against Bentia, who swipes. Stanley drives to the right elbow, the pull-up jumper off the iron. Mendoza with the off defensive board. He'll bring it up the near side across the timeline. Goes to the left hand, attacks. He throws it up. He gets the bucket and a foul. He ties it up and has a chance to give Roseburg its first lead of the game, a 6-0 run to start the third quarter. And Mendoza looks to make it a 7-0 run at the stripe. The and one shot for the lefty coming up here. He puts it up, and it's off the right of the iron, no good. Sprague with the rebound. Stanley attacking, back out to the top. They work it around to the left side. Grayson Long looks for Stanley to come and get it. He dribbled it off his foot, tracks it down out near the midcourt stripe. Pass right side, Braxton Long with 18 on the shot clock. Looks underneath, attacks, crossover, gets in the lane. The runner short, and it's down to Lopez. Off the front of the iron. Roseburg will hold in the backcourt. They slow it down a little bit. And looking up the floor, Vredenberg calls out the offensive play call here. He tosses it away right side to Lopez, looking for Mendoza underneath. They can't get it to him. Deep 3 by Bentia, splashes through. Owen Bentia, his first 3 of the night, and he comes out looking hot, and he's got Roseburg their first lead of the night with 5:45 to go here in the third quarter. That 3 by Bentia, first lead of the season. They work it all the way to Lorman in the left corner, looking for the cutters. It's not there. He'll have to dribble out of the corner. Out to the top to Grayson Long. 9-0 start to this ball game here in the second half for Roseburg. Crossover. Long gets in. He walks his way back, and he'll lay it in, stopping the 9-0 run by Roseburg. A timeout taken by Sprague. That'll be their second of the ball game. They'll have 3 left to go. Let's take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
39-38 here in the third quarter after a made bucket by Grayson Long. Stopped that 9-0 run by Roseburg to start out the third quarter. Out of the timeout by the Olympians after the made bucket. It'll be Roseburg basketball. Vredenberg will inbound it, full length of the floor to go, and Sprague putting some full court pressure on. In the backcourt was Lorman. Bentia got it. He gets across the midcourt stripe, and they're going to try and trap out high near the midcourt stripe. Going right side, Vredenberg, toss out across the floor, into the corner for Mendoza. Pump fake across through the defense. Vredenberg back into the left corner. A three by Lopez. No, but he's fouled in the act of shooting. It'll be 3 free throw shots coming up for Julian Lopez. And so Lopez is going to go to the line. That's the
Julian Lopez shooting 3.
It'll be Lopez shooting 3. That was the second foul against Sprague here in this third quarter. Lopez hits the first. Ka-ching. Tonight's ball game also brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Second free throw is good for Lopez. And it puts Roseburg up by 3, trying to make it 4. And he will get all 3. So Julian Lopez wasn't a three-pointer for those that might be watching online. I just wasn't doing them, so I thought I'd take the easy way out by hitting the +3. So 3 at the line. He got it the hard way. The three-point play there for Lopez. Attacking on the left side. High off the glass with the soft touch is Braxton Long. His first point since the first quarter. Makes it a 2-point game, 42-40. Driving, Vredenberg had it stripped, got it back, lobs across the floor to Bentia, back out to Vredenberg for the 3, misses everything, hits off the glass, rebound pulled down by Luther, and in the fight for the loose ball, he got hit. So Roseburg will keep it, and they get a fresh 35-second shot clock. Inbound all the way out to the top, nearly taken away by Lorman. Bentia does get it. His pass tipped up. It goes to Luther, and he can't hang on to it as it got tipped away by Sprague. They got a chance to tie or take the lead. Out at the top, Braxton Long. Cross over to the left, pass it away into the corner. Lorman with it. Right side. Out to the top. Long. Straight away, just to the right of the top of the key. Drives in against Lopez. Threw it at the rim. And an offensive foul called against Braxton Long. He drove in and barreled through the chest of a defender. His shot was off. Roseburg on the loose ball was trying to fight for it, but the whistle stopped everything. Pressure still here in the backcourt by Sprague. But they will melt back towards the front court. Picked up the dribble in the half court, did Lopez. He's got to get it away. His bounce pass too strong, mishandled by Vredenberg. Take away by Sprague. Again, a chance to take the lead back. Stanley steps into a 3, off the mark, tap, and it goes to Vredenberg on the rebound. He'll push it up the floor, 1-on-3, right into the middle, out to Lopez for a 3. It's short. He gets his own board. He'll get another look, and it's out to Bentia for a 3. That's off the mark. 2 chances from behind the arc for Sprague, and they can't convert. For Roseburg, and they can't convert. Now a 3 by Grayson Long. It's off the mark. Long rebound out to Vredenberg. He turns, takes it up floor, finds Mendoza. Euro step in the middle. Runner no good. He gets the offensive board. Everybody else around him just kind of fell away, and he was left wide open for an easy bucket in the middle. 44-40 with 2:59 to go, and Sprague wants another timeout to talk about it here. Let's go ahead and use another 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Thank you.
Enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, it's been a spirited third quarter for Roseburg as they have overcome a 6-point deficit at halftime and lead this one by 4, 44-40. Roseburg basketball tonight here on The Score, brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Third quarter, Roseburg started out on a 9-0 run. And here in the period, they have outscored Sprague 14-4. It was a second-half rally last year in the season opener against Sprague that put Roseburg in the lead for their win in the season opener. So we're seeing if they can do it again here tonight. Sprague basketball out of the timeout. Braxton Long will bring it up through the center circle. The crossover dribble out at the top, working against Landon Fanugau. To the right baseline is Grayson Long backing his way in against Friedenberg. He barreled through him, and that has been Grayson Long's MO. He has wanted to back his way into a defender and just muscle his way to the rim, and this time he got a bit too aggressive. Asher Friedenberg might have embellished just a little bit to try and get the call, and, well, it worked out for him there. That is 5 team fouls against Sprague now, so next one, Roseburg's in the bonus. No single bonus anymore, so there's no 1-and-1 shots anymore. It'll just be the double bonus, and Roseburg will get 2 shots with fouls for the final 2.5 minutes of this third quarter. And a travel call against Micah Mendoza. He tried to go into a spin move, lost his balance, tried to toss it back out to a teammate, but whistled for the foul or for the travel prior to getting rid of the basketball. 2:22 to play here in the third quarter. A 4-point game in favor of Roseburg. He didn't even cross over, just burning by on the left side. Toss into the corner, a 3 off the mark for Sprague. On the shot there by Camden Ayers. Up the floor quickly. Mendoza, he muscles his way down the baseline, and he'll get one to rattle. Oh, it came out at the end. I thought that was going down, and it didn't stay down. Up the left side of the lane. The foul is before the shot, so no shooting foul, and it's the first team foul against Roseburg here in the third quarter. Ash and Bingham will check into the game for Roseburg. And Mendoza, I think he had been in the game. He just was over at the bench talking to his coaches. Minute 51 to play in the third quarter. Inbound into the left corner. Braxton Long attacking, got underneath, double clutched on the reverse, and he can't get it to fall. Rebound was pulled down by Bingham, and ball almost taken away by Sprague in the backcourt. Bingham got it back and gets it to the hands of Owen Bentia, who brings it up, races into the front court. 23 on the shot clock. Minute and a half to go here in the third period. Bingham gets it out at the top. They work it to the left corner. Bentia with an open look at a 3. The rainbow shot doesn't fall. Long rebound out, and it is Bentia charging in. He'll draw a foul, and that wasn't Vincent Ash earlier in the game. It was a number 24 who I don't have on the roster, so I got to figure out who that is at some point here going forward. And they didn't have him on the varsity roster. It might be Ashton Palm, a junior who wears number 24 on the JV team. Shooting at the free throw line is Owen Bentia. His first one hung on the front of the iron and then drops off, no good. Stays a 4-point game. Tonight's contest brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Second free throw does not fall for Bentia. Rebound down to the Olympians. 34 seconds on the shot clock as it ticks away. Down to a minute 10 to go in the third quarter. Around a screen. Comer back out to Witherspoon for the 3. And that one might have grazed the front of the iron, but just barely. If it did, it goes out of bounds. Roseburg basketball. Bentia will get a breather. Julian Lopez back in for Roseburg. One minute to go here in this third quarter. Micah Mendoza's walking the ball up the floor through the center circle. Pick up the pace a little bit, working against Lorman, trying to hand check him. Mendoza, pass away to Ash in the corner. Jump pass, left side to Lopez. He tries to attack the baseline. Got in the middle, double team, his pass knocked away. Witherspoon feeds it up the floor to Lorman. He tries to make the pass. He got it to Ayers. Ayers now triple team, throws up a shot. It won't fall, but he should be heading to the line for 2 shots, and he will. Camden Ayers, a senior. I don't know how he caught that pass. He had defenders all around him, and somehow the pass got to him. He had sticky fingers, pulled it right in. Ayers, a left-hander, will head to the free throw stripe for 2 shots. Hits the first. His first point of the night, has a chance to make it a 2-point game. JV winning tonight for Roseburg, 61-32. They pulled out the victory. Jared Stanley came back in. Braxton Long heads to the bench for a breather here in the final 34 seconds of the third quarter. 2 free throws good for Camden Ayers. 2-point game. Shot clock turned off. 31 seconds to play. Here in the third period. Right side, Vincent Ash into the corner. Out to Bingham. Has a man right on him. That's Comer. He backs up a bit now. Long pass, tipped out of bounds. And last touch by Lopez. Avery Lorman he went into the theatrics to try and convince the officials that it was touched, and the official saw it the same way. Braxton Long will come back into the game for the final 20 seconds of the third quarter. Long will have it. He's going to try and work the clock for the final shot of the period. A 2-point ball game. Sprague led to start out the period, trailing now, but looking to try and take the lead or tie it up heading into the fourth quarter. Left side, Long attacks in the middle, makes the pass to Witherspoon. He banks it in, and that will finish out the third quarter. We're tied at 44. Roseburg pulled ahead, but they couldn't hang on to it. We go to the final period with this one knotted up. We will come back with the fourth quarter after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Fourth quarter coming up here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. It's a tie ball game, 44-all between Roseburg and the Sprague Olympians. Sprague will start with the basketball moving left to right on your radio dial. Driving in, Greg Comer gets underneath. Will toss it into the corner for Jared Stanley. He passes across the floor. Out to Braxton Long. He drives in. He fought through contact. Doesn't get the whistle that the entire Sprague fan base was looking for. Going coast to coast. Julian Lopez, his shot doesn't go. And a jump ball call that'll favor Roseburg on the possession arrow. First game of the season for Roseburg. Second game of the year for Sprague, as the Olympians look for their first victory of the year after losing in their season opener 58-55 against Century. Another close one for him here. Bentia working the left side, picked up the dribble, out to Lopez at the top of the key. Hands that one off to Asher Vredenberg. You got Lopez, Ash, Vredenberg, Bentia, and I think Palm out there on the floor for Roseburg here in the fourth quarter. Lopez gets it out at the top. Left side to Vredenberg. Into the corner. Vredenberg bounces it down to Bentia. Down to 6 seconds. His pass over the head. Tried to get it to Lopez, and it's taken away by Sprague. Stanley at the free throw line. He knocks down the jumper. And back in front goes Sprague, 46-44. Vredenberg pulls it out. You've got Witherspoon, Braxton Long, Greg Comer, Jared Stanley, and Camden Ayers out on the floor for Sprague. The stop pull-up jumper, no good in the middle of the lane for Bentia. Rebound tipped around out of the hands of Vincent Ash. He couldn't hang on to it. Up the floor comes Sprague into the corner. Comer, the three. It rims out. Vredenberg with the board. 2-point game, 46-44. A minute and a half ticked away here in the fourth quarter. Vredenberg with the left hand. Hands off to Bentia. Bentia at the top. Crossover. Lost his footing. Loose ball. Picked up by Sprague. Comer bounces it ahead. And a foul called on the shot for Braxton Long. His lay-in didn't go, but Lopez commits the foul. They'll wipe up the moisture on the court that might have affected Owen Bentia on that drive and turnover. Braxton Long will get a chance to shoot 2 at the stripe. He's got 8 points in the ball game. And he makes the first. His first free throw of the night. Stretches it to a 3-point game. Substitutions for both sides. Micah Mendoza back into the game for Roseburg. He came in for Vincent Ash. Second free throw, Braxton Long, no good. Rebound tipped around. It's Witherspoon that comes up with it. And then Roseburg with the steal. Anthony Palm with the basketball, handed off to Bentia. Out to the top. It's picked off by Stanley. Other way we go. Stanley right into the middle. Had it poked away by Bentia, but he gets whistled for the reach-in. So the basketball will stay with Sprague. And that is the second team foul against Roseburg here in the fourth quarter. 5:54 to go. Fighting to get free on the inbound. It goes to Grayson Long, who calls for some help. Out to the top to Witherspoon. Screen set on the far side of the floor is Comer working against Bentia. Got into the lane, and he spins it off the glass. Greg Comer, he's got 6 in the ball game, and it's a 5-point game. A quick run here to start out this fourth quarter for Sprague. A 3 from the right side by Mendoza is short. Rebound is picked up by Vredenberg. Baseline jumper rolls through. Asher Vredenberg with the offensive board and the bucket, and he makes it a 3-point game, 49-46, 5:15 and counting. Stanley right side. Marked closely by Vredenberg. Crossover, lost him from the right elbow. The jumper, no. Bentia pulls it in. A hesitation, drive, right side, and again from the same spot for Vredenberg. A whistle on a putback attempt for Micah Mendoza. They're going to call. It's a foul on Sprague. A hook, trying to hook the arm around. And Braxton Long picks up his 5th. He will have to head to the bench, fouling out here tonight. First team foul against Sprague here in the fourth quarter. Into the game comes Avery Lorman, who will check in for Braxton Long, who will finish the night with 9 points. And a timeout taken by Roseburg. 4:56 to go here in the fourth quarter. Roseburg trails by 3. We're going to keep it right here. We'll check in on the football game, so if you don't want to hear the score, here's a moment to pause for just a couple of seconds. They're in the fourth quarter of this one. It's a tight one, as you might have expected, unless you believed Vegas. And Washington right now with and goal. They've got second and goal, trailing by 4 with 13 minutes to play in the Pac-12 title game. So the Huskies looking to try and retake the lead. Here's your update on that one there. Tonight's video streaming of Roseburg High basketball is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate their sponsorship once again of Roseburg basketball on our video stream. If you haven't checked out our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube, you can find us there and you can follow the action with us. You can hit the subscribe button If you do that, you've got you'll get notifications every time we go live with another Roseburg High School sporting event. So check it out. 1490 The Score on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and follow Roseburg High Sports throughout this school year. 4:56 to go. Out of the timeout by Roseburg, they'll have the basketball. Inbound from Mendoza, out to Lopez. To Mendoza, he lost the handle on it, had a defender grabbing at him, and he couldn't pull it in. Grayson Long through the center circle, works against Lopez, goes left side. His lay-in rims out. Rebound pulled down by Vredenberg, and then a whistle. A pushing foul against Sprague.
Foul on Stanley.
That foul goes on Stanley. Second, two fouls on both teams in the fourth quarter so far. Vredenberg looks right, pass left. Lopez into the corner. Wanted to try and find a way to get it to Mendoza underneath, working against Stanley. Trying to post up. Draws a double team. Now loses one defender in the middle. Stanley swatting at the basketball, and he can't believe he got whistled. I mean, you do that most times, you're going to get called. If you swipe at the basketball, hacking at it, you're usually going to get a whistle if you make any sort of contact, and it kind of looked like he had there, and that's going to be it for Stanley, his fifth on the night. And Micah Mendoza is going to go to the free throw line to shoot two, try and make it a one-point game. First free throw coming up. Mendoza knocks it down. His first free throw of the night makes it a two-point ball game. Second one coming up. The substitution in for Sprague was Camden Ayers. Second free throw, Mendoza hits them both. And it makes it a one-point ball game. For Micah Mendoza, he's into double digits with 10 on those two made free throws. Nearing the midway point of this fourth quarter, lob up the floor to Witherspoon into the corner. Driving in was Ayers. Witherspoon across the floor, out to Grayson Long for a three. It's short. Rebound for Bentia. He's got 10 in this one. He's got a double-double for Owen Bentia. Mendoza works it to the right side, fakes the handoff to Vredenberg. Bentia gets it in the corner. He drives in. The runner too strong. Weak side rebound pulled down by Lorman. They want to push it. Grayson Long, push pass to Comer left side. The three, knocks it down. First three of the night, a number of attempts for Comer, but he finally hits one to make it a 4-point game. 52-48, 3:28 to go. Bentia looks left side, gets it to Vredenberg. He drives in, player control foul. Turns it back over to Sprague. And I believe that was Ayers that takes the charge and gets the basketball back into the hands of the Olympians. The Olies leading by 4 with 3:20 to go here in the fourth. Roseburg putting pressure on in the backcourt. Vredenberg, a lob back to Long. Grayson back to Comer on the near side. Across the floor, they work it into the middle of the zone. Ayers into the corner. Witherspoon a three. That one off the mark. Rebound tipped up. It's Bentia that comes away with it. He'll push it up the floor. Back out to the top to Vredenberg. They'll settle it down here, get into their offense. Lopez steps into a three! Julian Lopez, his first field goal of the night's a big one. It makes it a one-point game on the three-pointer, 52-51. With Comer in the backcourt, he jumps across the midcourt stripe, pass away right side. 2:35 to play in the fourth quarter. Comer, deep three. No, off the front of the iron, underneath. Fight for the rebound. It's Bentia. Of course it is. He's got 12. Gets it to Vredenberg. 2:22 to play in the fourth. Vredenberg with it. A chance to give Roseburg the lead, trailing by 1. Coach Humphreys hollering out from the bench. Mendoza gets it on the right wing, working against Lorman. He'll go on the left foot step. Oh, he gets around the defender. So pretty. And the finish. Mendoza gives Roseburg the lead again, 53-52. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Bentia. It stays with Sprague, but they've got 7 less seconds on the shot clock. 28 Left to go on the shot clock. Timeout taken by Sprague. Let's go ahead and take a quick one as well. A 30-second timeout as the home fans are excited. They've got the lead, 53-52. Roseburg in front on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, home of your Roseburg Indians. Season opener tonight for the Tribe. Jordan Humphreys and crew looking to try and get a season opening win against Sprague for a second straight season. They've got a lead, 53-52. Sprague lost their season opener, 58-55 against Century on Wednesday. They got another one on their hands here. Sprague with the basketball out of the timeout. Greg Comer holding. Shot clock will initiate some action at some point. Down to 15 seconds. Grayson Long out to the top. Through the hands of Lorman. He gets it. Back to Comer. Crossover. And he lost the basketball. Sprague wanted a call on Vredenberg. They didn't get one. Lob up the floor. In the right corner is Mendoza. A couple of jab steps. He'll take off to the baseline. He got airborne. Tipped out of his hands, out of bounds. The shot clock reset. So they may need to figure out the it's going to be a timeout by Roseburg, so they're going to get the fresh set clock, it looks like, with 1:24 to go. 30-second timeout. We keep it right here. Tonight's game is brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And tonight's contest in Roseburg basketball this season is brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. Again, stick around for the post-game show. We will name your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game, and we'll check in on the stat sheet and get you your Colorcraft in the paint rebound leader. We've got gift certificates for both of those awards here tonight. Fourth quarter action, 1:24 to go. Roseburg with the basketball, and they do put 24 seconds on the shot clock as Roseburg will inbound from their own baseline. Into the corner for Vredenberg, out to the top to Bentia. Got it poked away, but he gets back to it. Right side to Lopez. Looking underneath. Palm comes to get it, bounces it down to Vredenberg, and Roseburg bailed out on a whistle. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 1:11 to play in this fourth quarter. That'll be the fourth foul against Sprague here in the fourth quarter, so they've only got one more to give. Out to the top, Bentia. It's a fresh shot clock. Lopez has it right side. Roseburg leading by one, 53-52. And Lopez stepped on the sideline to turn it over. So the basketball goes to the Olympians. One minute to go in the ball game. With the basketball, Sprague trailing by one against Roseburg. Far side, pass across the floor to Comer. 22 seconds on the clock. In the corner, Camden Ayers having to dribble away from pressure. He's got Lopez all over him. Pass out to the top, down to 14 seconds on the clock. The shot clock winding down. A screen set for Long. He'll bring it back out, tosses out to Comer. He drives left side. His pass tipped around. The ball knocked in the air, and it's going to go to Sprague. And the Olympians will take a timeout with 2 seconds on the shot clock. The home fans obviously don't believe that ball was off of the Roseburg Indians. I wasn't sure if it was either, but that's the call right there on the baseline. either way, it's going to be a quick play drawn up here for Sprague with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Being informed that might not be Ashton Palm. That might be Michael Bosley, who was supposed to be wearing number 14, but might be wearing number 24. We'll definitely be checking in the postgame show, so haven't had a chance to run down to the scorer's table to get a clarification on that one. But we'll definitely give it a try. Thank you to Miss Bartlett for chiming in and letting us know there. First game of the season, there's always a few kinks to work out for everybody, including everybody trying to wear the jerseys and get the rosters right. So it will be Sprague basketball out of the timeout. And now here's where I'm not sure. I don't know if you call the timeout if you get any time on the clock, but I don't think you do. And it doesn't look like they're trying to do anything there. There was some conferring going on with the officials. 2 seconds on the shot clock, 28.9 in the ball game. 1 point game. Ball tipped, stays with Sprague with a second to go on the shot clock. Their bodies on the floor there. 53-52, Roseburg with the lead. 1 second on the shot clock. Got to be a catch and shoot here for the Olympians. It's Comer to inbound from the baseline. Trying to make their way through. The ball in, tipped around, and Roseburg comes away with it. And a timeout taken by Coach Humphreys. A 1 point ball game, 53-52. Roseburg in front. They'll take the timeout with 24.1 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Roseburg trailed by as many as 12 in the first quarter. They were down by 10 heading to the second quarter. They were able to fight their way back and got it to within 6, then started on a 9-0 run in the third quarter to get their first lead of the game with 5:45 to go in the third quarter on an Owen Bentia 3. And from there, it's been pretty tight for these two teams. Back and forth we go. The lead's been exchanged a couple of different times. And now Roseburg trying to hang on to the 1 point edge. The shot clock is turned off. We'll wait to see how this final play is drawn up by Roseburg and see what Sprague decides to do. With 24.1 seconds to go, a foul doesn't necessarily send Roseburg to the free throw line, so they can't try and conserve the clock with that. They'll have to foul twice to be able to send Roseburg to the line to try and get into the free throw shooting contest there down the stretch. 24.1 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. It'll be Roseburg basketball on the far side of the floor. Micah Mendoza will inbound. Roseburg moving right to left. Mendoza inbounding from in front of the student section. It's Friedenberg who gets wide open. 23 seconds. They're not fouling yet. Mendoza pulls it out. He'll throw a long way across the floor to Bentia. Roseburg's playing keep away. Out at the top, Mendoza gets fouled by Avery Lorman, and still got one more foul to go here before Roseburg has free throws. Lorman will pick up the foul there. Stops the clock with 13.7 to go. The inbound will come from the baseline. No, they're going to the free throw line here. I thought they had to get one more. I guess not. I feel like that's how it happened earlier in the game, so apologies there. It is free throws here for Micah Mendoza. He was 2 for 2 at the line his last time there. And it hits the first here. And with that, it makes it a 2 point game, 54-52. He can stretch it to a 3 point game and put Roseburg in a decent spot with 13.7 seconds to play in the ball game. Mendoza at the stripe. The lefty fires and knocks it down. 55-52, down to 12 seconds. Comer across the floor, gets it to Long, fires it into the corner. Lorman, an open look at a 3 to tie it. It bounces out. Rebound down to Friedenberg. 2 seconds, 1 second, and Roseburg's gonna win. 55-52. Roseburg gets a season opening win by 3 points. For the Sprague Olympians, they have now lost 2 games to start the season. Both of them have been by just 3 points. Tough way to start out the season here for the Olympians. A competitive game, but the score not in their favor. 55-52 your score. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, it's time for the postgame show. Stick around. We'll recap this one for you and come back to wrap it all up here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, where tonight the Roseburg Indians will pick up a victory by a score of 55-52. Final score in this one. I'm Joey Kieran. Great to be with you here on this Friday night, where Roseburg comes away with a win in their season opener. And we'll see if they can build off of that momentum here going forward. It was a first half that Sprague was feeling good about. They were up by 6 at halftime after leading by as many as 12 in the first quarter. But in the second half, they managed just 16 points, held to 8 points in both the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, Roseburg coming out for 25 in the second half to rally back to the victory. A 9-0 run to start the third quarter was a big boost for the Tribe. They took their first lead with 5:45 to go in that third quarter on an Owen Bentia three-pointer. So Roseburg picks up the win here tonight, and we now get ready for their next game coming up next Tuesday here at home against North Eugene. Taking a look at scoring from this one here tonight, unofficial numbers, and we'll definitely be getting all the finals and official stuff from the scorebook, but here's what I had. 21 points for Grayson Long, I believe a game high in that one. You had 9 points for Greg Comer, 9 points for Braxton Long, 5 for Ducati Witherspoon, Avery Lorman with 2, Jared Stanley with 4, and Camden Ayers with 2 as well. On the other side for Roseburg, and my math didn't add up, but let's see here. 1, 2, 37, 38, 40. Yeah, I'm like off by a good margin here, and I'm not sure. Well, that's going to definitely make a difference there. That was 3, so that's 6 points for that guy. And 2. What's that? Are we going to throw Coach Humphreys on the air? Why not? I'll wait to mute that. Get a quick here thought from the coach as he's up here. Might as well put him on the airwaves. Throw that on there, Coach Humphreys, joining us after a nice season opening win, 55-52 over the Sprague Olympians here. Well, Coach, congratulations on the victory here tonight. The team, much like last year, a second-half comeback helps power you guys to a win over the Olympians in the season opener. How'd you feel like your team dealt with the adversity here early on?
We played a second half. That was good. Obviously, the momentum going into the halftime was huge for us. We definitely started out like it was our first game, and like Sprague had already played a game. You're always nervous and worried that you're never going to come back from those starts, but these guys definitely showed some mental toughness to get back and do what we asked them to at the end of the second quarter and carry that into the second half. I mean, we relied on the three ball a lot, which we've talked about, but old habits die hard, and it took us most of the first half to figure that out. And then once we started attacking a little bit more, we got the things that we wanted to, and it opened up some outside shots.
What stands out to you based on kind of what you saw tonight? What are the areas you liked? What are the areas that you plan on addressing in practice coming up next time you guys are back here in the gym?
I would say 90% of the time, any coach's initial thoughts are negative. So that's what I'm going to start with. My negative is our defense was awful. We gave up too many straight line drives to the basket, or we call them paint touches, where guys just uncontested get in the lane because that opens up easy outside shots and puts our help side in a compromised situation, which made our help side look really bad. And it wasn't as bad as it looked. It's just we couldn't guard the basketball very well. Obviously, in the second half, we had some good composure. We had some good possessions where we understood the momentum of the game and got buckets when we needed them. I would say negatives would also be turnovers. I can't imagine that we got to be pushing 20.
I don't have that number in front of me, but
it's not good. And anytime you're double digits pushing 20, then it's going to be tough to win a basketball game. I'd have to go back and look, but I think we shot pretty decent from the free throw line. Didn't get there as much as I'd like to, like I talked about pregame, attacking the basket. But I think we obviously bounced back pretty well and had some senior leaders step up, like I talked about in the pregame, and kind of own some roles, and obviously some roles to still talk about.
Tonight, it's nice to start out with a victory, and you saw a lot of emotion, a lot of momentum. The home crowd, you got them into it and put up a show. And do you feel like I guess you guys showed that it was the first game of the year, but obviously nice momentum to be able to build off of here tonight?
Yeah, definitely good momentum. I mean, anybody that's a competitor, to me that just makes me hungrier. I saw 50, 60 things we need to work on for Monday, because we got a home game on Tuesday. That's a great basketball team early in the season, and it's going to definitely test us a little bit. Not that this one didn't, because clearly it did, but having this one under our belt's good. But we definitely still have a whole lot of things to work on, as you would expect early in the season. It's just making sure we stay focused on that and locked in.
Well, a way to start it out with a victory. Roseburg will be 1-0 to start out the year, and now we look forward to North Eugene coming up next one. Coach, thanks so much for coming up to the table here.
Thank you very much. Go Ducks.
They need a little bit of work here as that game is winding down as well. But Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the post-game show. So we ran through numbers for Sprague, quick numbers. I don't feel like they are quite accurate, so we'll double-check these here with the book. But I had Micah Mendoza for 14, Landon Fanugau for 4, Julian Lopez for 6, Asher Vriedenberg for 13, Owen Bentia with 11, Caden Luther with 2, and Jazz McLean with 1. That's what I had, but it doesn't seem to be adding up in my head, so we'll figure that one out. It's time now for your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for this one here tonight. Roseburg got a good effort from all through the lineup. I've got 3 players in double figures here this evening. I'm going to give the player of the game to Asher Vriedenberg. He was able to do pretty well on the scoring side early, had 11 points in the first half, finished with nearly a double-double unofficially. So he put together a big effort, came up with some big plays, seemed to be running a lot of the offense, so a nice night there for Vriedenberg. And he will be your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. And he will receive a gift certificate to use at Mountain Mike's Pizza here in Roseburg. Taking a look at your Colorcraft in the paint rebound leader tonight, that award goes to Owen Bentia. I had him down for 12 for a double-double here this evening. Owen Bentia, your Colorcraft in the paint leader. He'll receive a $10 gift card to Java Run. And that's going to be about it. Roseburg, next one up is North Eugene for the Sprague Olympians. Their next one's against McDaniel coming up next Tuesday for the Olympians. That'll be a home game for them there. Well, something to build off of, as we said there with Coach Heiberger. We'll see where the season takes us from here, but a nice way to start out. Always good to have a victory to begin your season. Roseburg wins 55-52, and that'll wrap it up for us here on the broadcast. And make sure you check out the latest broadcast schedule online at 541radio.com to find out what games are coming up for us. We'll be back on the air coming up next Tuesday. I want to say thanks to the Sprague Olympians for making the trip down here today. Thanks to head coach Jordan Humphreys, athletic director Adam Blue, and the entire Roseburg basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Connor McLean back in the studio for the radio production tonight. Big thanks to Angela Keyran for helping out with the video production here this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll catch up with you coming up on Tuesday when Roseburg hosts North Eugene. Our pregame coverage will start at 6:30, tip-off at 6:45. You can catch the action streaming live online at 541radio.com and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.